This is hello. This is Anthony, and this is gonna be on thoughts. I was thinking maybe loss of memory because of what it deals with. Because of what it deals with, like the previous one, where I mentioned, my sleep paralysis. It could be like that, where it's as I say sleep paralysis. I talk about sleep paralysis, but it could be like, because I also mentioned other things you could probably use as a story, but whatever. I'm using it as thoughts. It's not really need to explain, but whatever. Anyways, I had a dream, and I don't know. These two dreams are weird, but I don't know why. I've been thinking about aliens a lot, but I've been dreaming about aliens a lot, and I don't go to sleep saying I want to dream about aliens. I go to sleep hoping I don't get up and piss. Hoping I could sleep the 4 hours, 5 hours, or 6 hours, or if there's a day 7 to 8 hours, I magically sleep throughout. Oh my God! There's a day when I slept 8 hours, and when I woke up, I was dizzy. It was an experience that I had forgotten. Because there's a point where I couldn't get 2-3 hours of sleep, and that's because I was pissing so much, and it was like I still pissed, but it's a lot better than it was before. It became such an issue that oh my God, I couldn't stand it. Oh my God, give me a second. But okay, so my intentions are not to dream about aliens. My intention is just to sleep, and hopefully I get 8 hours. Hopefully I can sleep through 4 or 5 hours straight without any interruptions. That's like, please, let's get this 4 or 5 hours of sleep. It never happens, but there's always hope. Anyways, this is the first dream after the sleep paralysis. I have other dreams, but there's something like whatever. This one was weird because I'm playing so much Call of Duty Warzone. Maybe that's why I got this dream, but it was about China. And I'm not sure exactly how it went, but I think this group, American soldier group, caught this mad scientist, and I think they were interrogating him to find the nuclear bomb in a bunker or in a base, and I guess he got it out of him or not, but he was like after it's like, okay, cool, we got the bunker with the nuclear bombs, we're good to go. But the Chinese mad scientist was like, you're worried about that? This bunker right here, which he points out, not bunker, he said, this bunker right here, I think he said coordinates, but he said, I think he said coordinates, but he could have had said circumference, but he said, this bunker gave the coordinates to the Earth. And they're like whatever, but they say okay, now we have to have two teams, one team going after that bunker for whatever reason, and the main objective was the bunker with the nuclear bombs. And he said December either 2025 or 2027 piggies will fly. And because it is and then also I guess I entered where I guess the news mentions, oh, December 2025 is coming. There's gonna be a nuclear bomb or something like that, I think. And I'm fucking scared because I'm like, I'm gonna fucking, I'm gonna die in 3 months. I'm gonna die in 3 months and I'm scared. You know, because it was like, I know it was like 9 months, like it was 3 months before December. I'm like, I'm scared because I'm gonna die in 3 months. Then I woke up. And I'm thinking, when piggies fly, since December, we call it piggies will fly. December, he said December 2025, piggies will fly. And in my head, I'm like, 2025 or 2027, piggies will fly. Either way, I'm like 3 months, and not 3 months, 3 months before it happens. So like September. And I'm like, I'm thinking, holy shit. I'm thinking, after I woke up, I'm like, piggies will fly, and I'm gonna die in December, whatever. I'm like, when pigs fly, maybe he wasn't talking about, American pigs flying because a nuclear bomb has hit it and, they're dead, and instead of calling it like angels, it's like piggies, piggy angels and shit like that. Then I'm like, maybe it was actually the coordinates of an alien invasion. They gave the coordinates to an alien. They gave the coordinates to an alien race that will come on December 2025 or 2027, and they're not the good aliens to take us out. And I was like, damn. Maybe that's why he said piggies will fly. December piggies will fly, because it's like when the angels come, no, when not angels, when aliens comes, pigs will fly. And I'm like, oh, so that's cool. But today I want to take a nap, and it's like whatever. On my days off, I don't know why I take a lot of fucking naps. And it's annoying because I could get a lot of shit done. Because I've done a lot of shit during, when I'm work days. I've done a lot of good shit. I've been on my shit lately, but these days, my days out, I just fuck it up by sleeping. And this dream was weird because maybe it was a lucid dream, but I was in my room, in my bedroom, and this alien was like, it was an alien, but it was like disguised, and he was like telling me numbers. It's like, I don't know if I asked him, give me the numbers, because, oh yeah, with the Chinese coordinates, I guess, in my dream, I guess when they gave the coordinates, it showed the Earth, but it also showed numbers, and I'm not sure if it was numbers, it was, I know 5, 7. I know 1, 5, and 7. Those were the numbers, I think, or there were lines, depicting like Morse code or whatever. So either lines or 1, 3, 5. I think those were the numbers. I think, I'm not sure, because it was like bunched together. It was bunched together, and I'm not sure if those were the actual numbers, and I'm just, I'm just thinking those are the numbers or whatever. So, this dream I had today, where it felt like lucid dream, I think I told him, hey, what was the numbers in that dream? Or I told him that, or I told him, hey, give me the mathematical problem to something that could, to help whatever, to help me with kind of whatever fuck shit I was thinking about. And he was giving me numbers. I mean, this is the only ones I was able to remember. But the thing was, I kept telling him, tell me the numbers, tell me, repeat the numbers. One of the numbers was 13255, and it was like this little dash that points upwards. If you know what I'm talking about, that triangle that points upwards. Oh shit! And I kept telling, hey, what's the numbers? I kept repeating because I'm in my, like, that's what I'm saying. I think it was a lucid dream. I kept like telling him, okay, repeat the numbers because I'm trying to remember it as I'm dreaming. So I kept repeating in my head in my dream that I'm doing this week off. And there's a point because when I the upward triangle, there was more things he told me, but I couldn't. I was too focused on the first numbers before I could get to the other numbers. I'm not sure if there were other numbers or if there was words or symbols or whatever. Because there's a point he was like, I don't know what happened, but I was in bed with the alien that's disguised with this. I think it was a cat or dog, but it was his black ass, black. And for some reason, I grabbed his neck and pulled it, and it was fucking stretching, and it was telling me to kill him, to kill me. I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna fucking kill you. So I let him go, and then I threw a blanket on him, and I said, suffocate yourself, and then that's me killing you, and you could see it rummaging around, and then trying to suffocate itself. Because I guess the answer would have been there too. He would have gave me another answer with him killing itself, and that's how the answer would have been given. And then I woke up. And you can hear, if you're here, how I'm constantly yawning, so maybe that wasn't a great sleep or a great nap. Either way, there's a lot. I don't know why aliens are, obviously because I've watched a lot of alien stuff, but because it's like, I forgot you could actually do this where you could actually dream a certain dream if you focus on it before you sleep, and you can actually have that dream. That's the issue right now. I'm not really watching aliens. I'm watching alien stuff, not to be like, why am I dreaming about this shit so much? Because I've been playing video games a lot for some fucking. I've been playing video games a lot. I shouldn't be, but I have, and that's why soldiers and shit like that. But you could make your dream about what you want it to be sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. And that's why I'm like, and it's like not the simple. It's not like some just a random dream. There's like dreams that are like trying to tell me something. Or maybe that's just because that's how the dreams are. They're trying to tell you something, and I'm maybe overthinking this alien shit and me going fucking crazy, thinking that aliens are communicating with me and shit like that during my dreams. But that's that's been what the issue I've been having lately is I'm dreaming a lot, but about aliens. And I try to look up if that has any significance. But there's nothing. Other than a gun And yeah, other than a gun and a mini signature cutter, but there's nothing really significant of that number. Like nothing. Because all I'm saying is like dumb shit, like random shit, metal shit. Yeah, and this so maybe it's not, maybe it is, and you're right. I I think I think I should. Maybe dots. Maybe these little fucking dreams I be having. I because obviously I want to do more with dots other than just rambling about like the dreams I have or thoughts I have. But I think this is cool to just to be consistent. And maybe somebody's like, oh my god, 13255 upward triangle. That means some shit. It's like, oh, you're missing this, but that's what it means, and or it's like, oh shit, China. Either way, I think that's what I'm doing it. Maybe these dreams could be also dreams. These dreams and these other ideas I have been having, like sleep paralysis, could be used as stories too. Because as I mentioned, the sleep paralysis one podcast I did, it gives you like 3 stories, and I told this to one of my coworkers because I told him about the sleep paralysis, and he's like, maybe because I'm like, I told him like maybe because if you listen to that podcast and you're like a writer, like, oh, that's cool, there's an idea. And one of the things I was telling him is like, to my coworker, I was like, maybe this is me, pulling apart from the Matrix and shit like that. And I just, for some reason, I don't know why, but when he said loosen, like maybe it's just like I don't know, he's like this. I forgot how he said, but it's like loosen, like maybe the things are loosen, like the cable or whatever. I forgot what he said, but he said something like that, and in a million I thought it was, even though I already thought it with the fucking like, oh, I'm pulling from the Matrix or I'm separating from my body and from my mind and from my body and conscience, astral, just ripping from that. Now, even though for some reason Lucid gave me a clearer idea of what I'm talking about. And so I was like, oh, that's in my head. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I could, the idea that came to mind was, the Matrix, where everybody's all like attached to some bullshit behind their head, but the darker one, where they're like in pods, and the machines are like watching over the humans and shit like that, and they're able to unplug, and I think Neo was able to unplug and he ran away and shit like that, and the thing was chasing after him, the machine was chasing after him. So I was thinking, well, basically it's just fucking Matrix. But what if there's a story where you're having sleep paralysis, and then you break loose, and then you're like, oh shit, I was in simulation. What the fuck? You're like totally. You're not getting the whole Matrix experience where the guy's like, here's a red pill, here's a blue pill. This is more or less you're straight off the fucking rip. You're going from the rip. No fucking soft landing, just fucking hard. Boom. You're in a simulation, and you're like, holy shit. So that's one of those like where I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. If you watch, if you listen to the simulation, there's just the not simulation, the sleep paralysis. There's stories you could make out of that, but that's what I was thinking. Like you could do that where you could be like, oh, the guy rips, he's in sleep paralysis. He rips um, from the simulation, and then he's like, oh shit, we're in the simulation. Wow, no vehicle, and he's running, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And so that's why maybe these also, even though they're dreams, it could be very useful as stories if you're a person who likes writing stories. That's why I was debating, not necessarily putting Lost in Memory, because I think I want Lost in Memory to be more like, not saying like I want to be more like more to a higher standard of recall, but it's more or less I want to be more focused on other pieces of work and maybe my work, but just different stuff that makes it more writer focused than, because I also have this other one inside Lost in Memories called Brainstorming. That's like the vehicle where I'm actually like the C prize. That's why I was like the C prize could have been Lost in Memory, but in the brainstorming section, like this could have been in the brainstorming section, because I'm basically giving you like if you really want, you could use that dream I had and like make it into like a book or whatever, and you could be like, because I was like, I already tell you, I think like that dream with the, no, not the dream, but the Cypress and Meekin, like that's fucking like Matrix. The only difference is you're skipping from you're not getting the soft landing. You're getting the full effect of, hey, you're in a simulation, and that's how. I just this, you could use this, but that's what brainstorming is, and this could be used as that too. But they also could be used as, because that sleep paralysis is basically talking about, what if we're not actually, what if sleep paralysis is a different dimension and you're getting abducted in a different dimension. And there's like this podcast I watched where they said that they seem like their bodies are not real, like a doppelganger, and the person doesn't seem like the real person, and like a doppelganger. And I'm like, maybe that's what's happening. Maybe I'm getting abducted and my body's somewhere else, or my consciousness or my soul or whatever is somewhere else, but my body is because it's just right there. It's still there, but not. And that's, but those are theories that that's why dots could be a thing. That's why it was placed in dots, because it could be, because that's what I was trying to, if it's that or if it's more than that. And yeah, and just right now it's just that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to keep consistent, but I'm also trying to do my work, because I'll talk about a story I've written. It's called Whatever the Future Holds, right? I guess the reason why I want to bring this up, because I'm just saying I'm working on my stuff, so I don't really want to, even though I want to make some episodes of dots more, I guess, thought provoking, because one is abduction, no, one is not abduction, abortion, and one is guns, and it's like I forgot what what did I call it? Are necessary evils, or and I think abortion is more or less of a dot, dot. How you could deal with that. Just I'm gonna give you a minute before it shuts off, or not. I'm still recording. Okay. But you know, those were the things I wanted it to be. But I want to maybe add, you know, little bullshit like this to it. And so that's what I'm saying. I'm working on other shit. So that's why I'm using dots as just a, you know, throwing some shit to the wall. So we call it. But one of the stories I'm working on, which you could get for free and download it for free in this ebook called Whatever the Future Holds. And obviously there's a lot of things wrong with it, but I'm reading and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. When so the way I do my how I've been very not proactive, yeah, it could be that I've I download stuff. I download my, you know, all my documents onto my phone, and before work, because I usually go to work and I hang out in the garage in my car for at least an hour, depending on what time I get to work. So at least an hour I'm in my car working on my poetry or my stories. Recently it's been my stories, and in the car I'm fixing some things of whatever future holds, and I'm thinking, what could be, this could be lost in memory. This could be put in lost memory, but it just is more or less explain why I'm not putting more effort in thoughts, even though I want to have this too as a thing too, just me rambling and shit like that. But I was fixing some things like, what was it? One of the parts of I guess there's a part where the guy succeeds in doing what he was supposed to do. I changed that to where he doesn't, and they caught him. And the problem also I was having was Whatever the Future Holds, which is the title. And the reason I got the title from that is because at the end of the story I said whatever the future holds, or whatever, I forgot, whatever the future holds, it's yours, or I don't know how I worded it. So for some reason I made that the title because I liked it and stuff like that. It kind of fits whatever the story. Yeah, I'm right, I'll fix it. And then I changed that part where it says whatever the future holds. I put it, that's for you to decide now. I'm done. And the guy's pissed. He's like, why are you fucking done? We're doing so great. And shit like that. And it's like, she also explained something before where it's like, no, before that came up, she said, I can't go beyond, because I'm already here. I can't go beyond what's already foretold for me. So whatever the future holds, it's for you to discover. I'm done. And I guess he didn't get that until she finally dies, and that's the part where I did a lot of edits. Because there's a part where I add where it's like he gets upset and he walks out, and when he walks out she says I love you, and he stops, and then it leaves that's where it stops. He stops when she says he loves him. She said, I love you, Leonard, and he stops after they got in an argument. He's getting mad. He walks out because she's not helping him figure out the fucking, whatever happens after, and he's like, he just stops, and then that's the end of that part. And then they're like, she's like, after that it was like, the lady was crying too. Okay, so okay, so it finally stopped. I usually stopped at 30 minutes, but I think it stopped at 30 minutes. I don't know. Okay. Basically, so the part where he finally walks out. No, he's about to walk out. She says, "I love you, Leonard." He stops. That's where it stops in that part of the story. Then after that, it goes. After that goes. The lady hugs him and he tells her, "I love you." No, she says, "No matter how you guys bumped heads, she always loved you, no matter what, or whatever we call it." And he says, "I know," and that's where it stops. That's where the story stops. And I just remember because I wrote a story called Dolly, and I let my sister read it. Little sister, and she said she liked it. It was like, it's like I don't be mean or don't rude. I like it, I guess. But she said like the problem I have. She's like a little shit. But she said the problem she had was the end. It ended on a cliffhanger, so I fixed it. Where it didn't end on a cliffhanger. It was a text message, like an Amber Alert. That's how it ended. It was an Amber Alert. So instead of like, what happened? It's like, oh, that we got kid. That's we got so life. But after I'm done, my 1 hour's up before I have to go to work and clock in. So I finished it, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go inside and clock in for work. And I'm fucking thinking, how do I make the ending perfect? How do I, not perfect, because whatever. How do I make it end without leaving it on a cliffhanger? So I'm thinking, and it just hit me. It hit me why that is so perfect of leaving on a cliffhanger. With that story is basically, just a kid able to see the future, and I was like, whatever the future holds, it's for you to discover. And she knew she was gonna go, so when she said "I love you," it's because she knew that it's the last time she'll be able to say that to him before she dies. And it stops there, where you don't know if he said it back or if he walked away. Because before that, that incident, she's like freaking out. The guy comes to the door, knocks on it. It's like, "Hey, open the door. I gotta talk to you." And she's like, how many people died?" And he's like, "I need to open the door. If not, then I let I forgot, Maxwell figure that shit out. No, let you figure out whatever." And she's like, "Tell me." And he's like, he didn't tell her, and he just walks away. So there's a possible chance. There's a good chance you could like, oh, he might have, when she told her "I love you," he might have just walked away. Or you could look at the maybe he said it back. But either way, you don't know. You have an idea that he might have said that, but it could be that he didn't say that. He did say that, and they left on good terms. Maybe. And I think that's why it fits so perfect, because you don't know what happens after. You can't predict the future. I could die tomorrow. I could die next week, a month, a year, 2 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. You can't predict what happens, and I think that's why it works so well. And when I was at work, taking out the trash, I'm deep in thought, trying to figure out how to finish this fucking story off. And I'm like thinking of everything I wrote when I was in the car. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god, that's perfect how I ended. And that's the reason why I'm not. That's the reason. One, because I'm lazy. Two, because I'm focusing on my stories that I'm trying to finish, and poetry, and I'm trying to do other shit, and I'm like bullshitting, as I mentioned, on Warzone and shit like that. I've been I could do a lot. I could do a lot, but I'll fuck it up. But also, I'm not fucking up entirely because I am doing a good amount of work on things. I'm like, I'm happy that I put in the work for. Yeah. So there's the rambling, and this is going to be called something about dreams. Yeah, and hopefully you get some stories ideas from this. If not, fuck it. Yeah, it's a cool dream. You know, I think maybe I'm going fucking crazy, or maybe aliens are sending me messages. It's like, hey, bro, maybe we're fucking done, or we're coming in hot in 2025 December, or maybe we're trying to give you some info on some bullshit that could help, Earth go a spin a little bit better. As I said, I might be going crazy. These dreams are trying to be too much. Not too much as in, I could take it's like too much as in, like, why are my dreams acting like this? Why am I not, don't get me wrong, because I have dreams that are like so fucking vivid. It's like, there's dreams I'm like, I forgot what I saw, but it said that if you think about something in reality, you could actually make the thing you think about seem like it's real. And there's dreams that happened that were so fucking vivid. I'm like, it's just bad. I'm like, I didn't like that dream at all. I didn't like that fucking dream at all. And maybe that dream is to scare me. Say, hey, fucking watch out, you fucking idiot. Like saying, hey, calm the fuck down. Or this is a reality. Because they also said dreams could be therapeutic for you. Not necessarily. It could be your mind. Not saying like, if you dream you're dead. It says your mind could be working out shit in your head while you dream. Whatever. It's not like you're going to a dream expecting to have a therapeutic session. It's just more or less your mind just controlling whatever the fuck it wants and saying, hey, we're gonna have this little session right here. This dream, either it be whatever it may be. Okay, I'm done. Bye.